welcome to what's in this week's Oban Times with me, Kathy Griffiths. It's been another busy week for news here in Oban, Argyll and the islands, and we've got plenty of interesting stories and fantastic photos for you in the Oban Times in print and online at www.obantimes.co.uk. We're always happy to hear your stories and see your photos. You can call us on 01631 568 000, email editor@obantimes.co.uk or message us on Facebook, Instagram or X, formerly Twitter. Whether you are a full-on fan of Christmas and all things festive or a bar humbug, the countdown to Christmas has well and truly started. About 5,000 people turned out for this year's Reindeer Parade and Christmas lights switch on at the weekend, with Santa and his sleigh in attendance. We've got lots of photos of that. It's also been a wrap for this year's Winter Festival. Organisers are going to be taking a well-deserved rest until planning starts for next year, after serving up 10 days of outstanding fun and entertainment. One of the last events as part of the 2023 programme was the Haggis and Whisky Festival on Sunday. Would you believe it? The winner of this year's Golden Haggis Award is from that there Cumbria, south of the border. Heck! So you can read more about that and see photos in this week's coverage. Not exactly jingle bells, but ship's bells. Keeping up a long-standing RNLI tradition, Oban Lifeboat crew presented Mull's Cato with a brass bell with her name on it to mark her coming of age. Happy 18th birthday to Emma, who was one of 4 babies to have been born on the current Oban Lifeboat so far. Now then, please take note of this. Argyll and Bute Council's consultation over its future plans for managing Oban Bay starts tomorrow. Toe dipper, paddleboarder, kayaker, bay users of any kind, this will impact you. So it's really important that you have your say. The consultation lasts for 42 days. There's been concern that this consultation period of 6 weeks does go over Christmas and the New Year holidays. So the appeal is really please make time to get involved. Have your say. There will also be a public meeting at the Rockfield Centre on December the 14th at 6:30 p.m, organised by Ochta and Oban Community Council. Let's hear what Finn's got for us this week.
Patients of the My Dentist clinic in Oban have raised concerns after appointments were cancelled at one of the town's free dentists. This year has seen a significant shortage of NHS dentists in Argyll and Bute, with no space for new adult patients across the region's 14 NHS dental practices, and the Shore Street Clinic considering its future. My Dentist has apologised and insisted it is not cancelling all appointments, but is instead having to postpone some routine appointments due to what it has described as necessary practice works. The Chancellor of the Exchequer, Jeremy Hunt, announced 20 million to fund improvements for the Corn Ferry in the autumn statement last week. Sandy Neal reports that this was after the Highland Council's 50 million bid to the UK Levelling Up Fund for a new electric vessel failed. In other news, Argyll and Bute Council met last week, with plenty of stories coming from discussions within the chamber at Kilmorey. The council was also welcoming 20 million from the Levelling Up funding, with the same amount also going to the local authority in the Western Isles. Argyll and Bute councillors also voted to double the council tax on second homes in the region if MSPs pass the relevant legislation as expected. It may be tripled in the future and is part of a bid to tackle Argyll and Bute's housing emergency. A Kintyre in the Islands councillor claimed there are chronic care issues on Isla in the meeting as well. Councillor Doogie McFadden referenced ongoing issues at Gorton Voggy Residential Home in Bowmore during the meeting in a question to Councillor Amanda Hampsey. And a petition lodged on behalf of the Taynalt Community Council has been heard at the Scottish Parliament. The Abolish Car Parking Charges for All Forestry and Land Scotland Sites petition has gained more than 1,500 signatures so far. The Community Council wants the Parliament to convince the Scottish Government to drop the parking charges at FLS sites that were introduced at both Thurnock and Sutherland's Grove earlier this year. Oban golfing ace Bob McIntyre was also awarded the Freedom of Argyll at the Argyll and Bute Council meeting, and I think that leads us on nicely to sport, where unsurprisingly McIntyre features again. The Ryder Cup star teed off on his Australian adventure and finished 33rd place in the Fortinet Australian PGA Championships last weekend. He will be hoping to go slightly better in Sydney this week and to build on a promising final round in Brisbane last week. Elsewhere, the latest Oban and District's darts season came to a close on Friday, with Adam Brooke bragging yet another win to secure the overall title. There was of course plenty of exciting action along the way, so make sure to read our full report of the ODD's final round in this week's Oban Times. We also have plenty of rugby action for you this week, with the Oban Lorne ladies and men both recording impressive wins over Cumnock and Annan respectively. Despite the cold weather, both sides were in hot form and secured precious bonus point wins. In our weekly Shinty roundup, there is all the lowdown from the Oban Camanachd Player Awards night, and Ganavan Sands was awash with tartan last Saturday as the annual Tartan Dash tackled the hilly 5k park run route.
That's all from us this week. Don't forget you can read all these stories and much more at www.obantimes.co.uk or by picking up a newspaper in local shops and petrol stations from Thursday. We love hearing from you. If you have a story or a photo, get in touch. You know how to contact us: 01631 568 000, email editor@obantimes.co.uk or message us on Facebook, Instagram or X, formerly Twitter. Goodbye from me, Kathy Griffiths.